Hello guys, and welcome back once again to LearnCity. In today's class, I'm going to talk about methods of preparation of receipt and payment accounts. If you can remember in our previous class, I go through the theory related to receipt and payment accounts, but this I'm going to solve a very simple question as related to it. So guys, as we all know, we prepare receipt and payment accounts with all the cash receipts and cash payments for the whole year. And in this instance, we determine the net result of cash receipt and cash payments of a fixed time through this account. And the left hand side of this account is known as the receipt, and the right hand side of this account is known as the payment. All cash receipts are recorded on the left hand side, while all the cash payments are recorded on the right hand side and are being arranged in a classified form. We start with taking the opening balances of cash in hand and cash at bank, and after that we then enter them on the debit side. So if there is any bank overdraft at the beginning, of course we enter the same on the credit side. Now we have to enter all the total amount of all the receipts on the debit side and the total amount of all the payments on the credit side, whether capital or revenue, and whether they are of past, current, and of future period. So we do not include the income or expenses that do not involve the inflow or outflow of cash. Now we'll find the difference between the total of the debit side and the total of the credit side of the account. The amount so found will be the closing cash or bank. In case if the credit side is more higher than the debit side, the amount will be debited as the bank overdraft and we will close the account. That's that about that. Okay, so guys, let me now go into the example of receipt and payment account. Just a very simple one now, right? Let me use a name. Let me use Sharon name. From the particulars of Sharon Point, we'll prepare a receipt and payment account for the year ending 31st, let me use March 2018. Let me use the year too. So if you want to solve this type of question, the first thing you have to do is just to write your solution, right? Normal how we used to do it. You write your solution. After writing your solution, who are we preparing for? We are preparing for Sharon Point, right? In the books of Sharon Point, in the books of Sharon Point. So, after writing your solution in the book of the person you are preparing to, in this instance, Sharon Point, of course, for the year ended, Sharon Point, for the year, for the year ended 31st, let me use March, let me use 2018. So, you've indicated the person you are preparing the books for. So, and after that, don't forget in accounting, right? Your debit side and your credit side too. Your debit side at the left hand side and your credit side on the right hand side. So, after that, when you are solving receipt and payment account, what you have to do is that if you can remember what I said earlier in the little explanation before I start solving this, the receipt will be on the debit side, and anything related to the payment will have to be on the credit side of the account. I hope that has taken. If yes, let me now move further. After writing your debit and credit side, don't forget your amount, right? Sorry. the debit side, the receipt. Then you come here to the credit side, you write your payments. This payment. So after that, the amount it has to be at the front of the receipt for the debit side. And you go to the credit side also, write the amount too. So we've solved the first simple step in solving the receipt and payment account. So in the question, if you go through the question, they give us the value for cash. And I said it earlier, anything related to the receipt will be in what? It should be in the debit side. So the value for cash is how much? Is 600 naira cash. And you write it under the amount column. And the equivalent amount is 500. So in the question also, I wanted to solve the debit side first. In the question also, they also give us anything, something related to the bank, right? And bank, it will be on the receipt and side of the receipt and payment account. And the equivalent amount of it is 3,600 because you debit the receiver and you credit the giver. 3,600. So in that question, subscriptions were given, and those subscriptions they were not just one, they were sequential. That is the one for 2016, the year one, the 2017 year two, and the third year, which is the 2018. So if you want to do that, you first of all write your subscriptions like this. These are subscriptions that was given into the individual. So the subscription that was given for 2016 or the 17 now, 2016, 17. The equivalent amount for 2016 was 250 naira. So the second subscription that was given into their particular endeavor was in 2018. In 2017. 2017 on the 18th. And the amount that was given to them was 3,600. So the third subscription was on 2018 and on the 19th. And the amount was 450 naira. 2018 on 19. So 17, 18, 19. All right. So the equivalent amount was 450. So if you can see this amount now, sorry guys, I have to write it down close to the subscription before I brought the total onto the amount column. It will be like this: 250, 36, 450. Let me clear them here. If you total 250, 36, and 450 altogether, you're going to arrive at 4,500. So that one will now be under the amount column, the 4,500. So after that, in the question also, don't forget that I'm still solving for the debit side. They give us the sales of refreshments. The refreshment is this instance is some kind of items that was given into the individuals in the individual for hard working in their given task. Refreshment. And the amount that was given to them is 500, right? Also, when they were doing the transactions, if they wanted to get half in members, of course, you have to pay entrance fee, right? And this fee, it will be in the debit side. So the entrance fee, you have to bring it. Let me write entrance fees. And the entrance fee is also 500. And to that, when they during the process of their endeavor, of course, donation were being received from them from outsider, not from all those people within their organization, but from outsider. And this donation, it should be in the debit side of receipt and payment account. And this amount is how much? The donation that was received is 2,300. Donation. Let me write donation in 3,600. In the question too, they gave us some sale of the old sports materials that was being used. All those stuff they have been using it before, but they now sold it. So the sale of the old sports material is 600. This also will be in the debit side because it is receipt. Sale of old sports material. Sports material, and the amount for it is 600. So after going through all those questions, I think I'm good with the debit hand side of the receipt and payment account. So let me now go into the credit hand side. Of course, after solving the debit side, we go to the credit side too. So here, if you want to be writing anything that is related to payment, it will be on the credit hand side, because in account we have the debit receiver and credit giver. I used to say this in my class. So that with that, let's now go to the credit side of receipt and payment account. So let me rule this to kind of separate it. All right. Okay. Right. All right. So the payments now. Of course, the rent fee that was attributed to them, they have to pay. This will be in the credit hand side of the receipt and payment account. The equivalent amount of rent, which is 1,005. So when I was talking earlier, I was saying about the spot of old materials, sport material that was sold, right? And here now is some kind of the reversal to that one. So the sports materials that was being purchased, it will be, they just purchased this one, they are still new. This one will be in the credit hand side of it. So new sports material, I'm going to write it as that, new sports material. New sports materials, right? And it is 2,400. So in going further, the the maintenance expenses that is attributed to them is 1,000 naira. So you bring it to the credit side, maintenance. Sorry guys, let me write it so it can be easy to see. Maintenance expenses, which is 1,000, right? 1,000. So after that, the salary that was paid, of course, this won't be in the debit side. It has to be in the credit hand side because they paid it out. So the salary to be in the credit side, which is let me write the salary down. 1,000 what? 1,250. So after that, they have tournaments, and these tournaments are expenses. They paid it out. So it will also be in the credit hand side. So tournament expenses. Tournament expenses, which is 1,200. So in doing that, they also purchased furniture that was furniture purchased furniture that was purchased is 750 naira. And also, in running their endeavor, the expenses in their business, sorry, in their offices, of course, they have to get some kind of items, different kind of items. All these expenses will be in their credit side. So office expenses, office expenses, which is 600. After the office expenses, the next thing goes to the question: the purchase of refreshment. Refreshments purchase, which is 300. So the next item for them is the cash that was received. The cash is given as 200, right? So after the cash, the bank balance figure is 3,300. Bank balance is 3,300. And to this, of course, if did is kind of small work, right? So if you now come to your debit side, if you come and total it, 500 plus 3,600 plus 4,500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 3,600 and plus 600, you're going to arrive at 12,500. So your total for debit side is 12,500. And of course, it has to balance with this credit side also. If you do your simple arithmetic, you're going to get 2,500 for credit and side 100. And to this, we've come to the end of the lecture. I hope the little uh, question was being taken, guys. In case if there's any kind of question, kindly let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to meet you next in our next video. Thank you.